What is up, Star Wars fans? Welcome to the Star Wars Stop. In this video, we're going to go over what I feel is probably the best map in Star Wars Battlefront 2 to use Luke Skywalker on, Tatooine. But before we get into that, if you're new here, be sure to rate, like, comment, subscribe, stay up to date on tons and tons of Star Wars content. So, this is a nice gameplay I got on Tatooine using Luke Skywalker. I got 50 elimination kill streak, and I probably would have gone on to get a lot more, but the damn game ended early because my teammates decided to just not farm the enemy team. But why do I think Luke... First of all, Luke is amazing since he got buffed. If you didn't know that, yada yada yada, check out my other video where I go over the buff and my ownage guide if you want, which is coming out soon if you want more tips on how to be good with Luke Skywalker. But why do I feel this map is so good for Luke? Well, basically, one of Luke's biggest advantages is this nice jump that he gets. And Tatooine is a great map to jump up and instantly escape enemies. You have tons and tons of buildings that you can continuously jump on top of and just escape the fight that's going on below. Tatooine is an extremely unique map in Star Wars Battlefront 2. There's really no other map that is like it because it is urban. You're in a city. And these buildings, or huts, whatever you want to call them, they're pretty short ceiling buildings. So you can, as a lightsaber or force wielding hero, you can utilize them by jumping on top of them to escape dangerous situations and just make yourself a much harder target to hit. And it makes for a really fun game when you're killing a bunch of stormtroopers and you have a great escape route like this. Now, the other reason why this is such a great map for Luke Skywalker is Luke Skywalker just kind of dominates in close range situations, okay? If you're on the open fields of Crate, you're probably not going to have the best time with him, but if you're on a map like Death Star or Tatooine, or, you know, some of the earlier phase or the later phases of Endor, you know, kind of more close quarters indoor fighting, you can get these awesome force push groups of enemies and get nice kills like that. And that's kind of what makes him so good on these kind of, and Tatooine is kind of a more close range map. Even though it is kind of big and open in parts, it is typically a lot of the gunfights you're going to have are going to be in very close range situations. I think I'm going to take out like 3 enemy heroes in this game, just kind of catch them off guard and knock them down with the force push, and then just swing them to death with a lightsaber. So Luke is really good. The other thing is using all of these buildings to kind of flank enemies is a really good strategy. They won't see you coming half the time because you can kind of use your radar, see where they are, jump on top of a building and land behind them and just take them all out. It is, I can't explain enough how fun it is to use Luke on a map like this. Remember, his force push is a one-hit kill on pretty much everyone except the heavy, and like an officer. If he's like buffed some of his teammates or himself, then you cannot one-hit kill him with the force push. But other than that, you will just get these really nice feeds by force pushing and getting a massive kill. Check out that right there. Use the repulse. Once you knock Darth Maul down, he's kind of a joke because while he is probably one of my favorite villains in this game, and he probably is my favorite villain in this game, and you can do a lot of work with him, let's face it, he does not have a block. So once he gets knocked down and you start swinging on him and stun locking him a little bit, he's kind of in trouble because if you can't block with his lightsaber, I mean, unless he has a spin attack off for cooldown, then he can at least run away or spin away using that. But he's in serious trouble if you manage to push him with Luke and just start swinging on him. Unless he has a spin attack off cooldown, like I said, to get out of there. Yeah, man, just see how I use the buildings. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Now, I'm probably going to do a lot more videos like this, so I do a lot of guides to how to do well with heroes. I do a lot of, you know, kill streak videos. I have a nice 68 LM kill streak with Luke uploaded if you want to check that out. But I want to start doing videos too, just telling you, hey, this is the best map for this hero, or this is another, you know, really good map for this hero. So for Luke Skywalker, I would say Tatooine is one of the best maps for his playstyle. You do need to watch out for the annoying ATSTs, though. They will destroy you. But the good news is you have a lot of escape routes on a map like this. But anyways, my point is I'm going to start doing a lot of videos just telling you, here's the hero, here's the best map to use him on, so you can have the most fun using these heroes. I will say another couple good maps to use Luke Skywalker is definitely Death Star. Like I said earlier in the video, Death Star is a great map to use Luke Skywalker on. Another debatably better than this, just because the enemies are so closely quartered, so closely bunched up on that map and there's no ATSTs to worry about. Another great map is probably Endor, just because you have so many trees to kind of use and weave in and out of, and you do have a lot of close quarter parts of that map, but again, you do have to worry about ATSTs and speeder bikes on that map. And I think that, I think that might be the best ones. Luke is really good on a lot of maps. I like him on Jakku, but like I said, I think the best suited map for his playstyle is probably Tatooine, just because you can use these buildings to jump up, flank enemies, and just have a lot of fun with them. But that is it for this video, guys. Let me know if you want more guides like this, just telling you the best maps to use heroes on, and stay tuned, because I do have a full ownage guide for Luke Skywalker coming out. Here, Bosk manages to take out a lot of my health. Bosk always manages to take out my health as Luke Skywalker. He's so easy to kill, but for some reason his shocking traps, or his proximity mines rather, managed to get me. But again, that is it for this video. Be sure to rate, like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for tons and tons of Star Wars content. Enjoy the rest of the kill streak if you like. Have an awesome day.